Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Breakfast in Bed, and we're getting into our talk time segment. Our topic today is difficult conversations. Now, difficult conversations, a discussion about the comfortable topics people often avoid but need to address. It might be in your relationships, it might be in your place of work, it might be in your family, it might be in your friendships, wherever. These are topics that people tend to avoid because they want to keep the peace. They don't want issues. They're just like, let me just avoid this. I'm not comfortable with this, but let me just avoid this. So we're talking about difficult conversations and how to address them. So when I saw this topic, I need to be very honest. I was wondering, what conversations are quite difficult? And I was having this conversation with Elizabeth, and she said she knows that I'm going to have issues with, because I don't think there are conversations that are difficult to have. Elizabeth, no, before I even come to you, Jude, are there conversations that are difficult to have?
Yeah, they are now.
Really? Conversations, really?
Yeah, for
conversations like,
let's say relationship conversations, for example.
With your partner or with?
Yes, with your partner.
Really?
So
that's relationship wise. There's also maybe workflow conversation.
Okay, so
where there's like,
yes, I'm so sorry. The common should I use the word mentality? The common difficult conversations, people feel it is common again. It is always relationship, family, workplace, and all. But I think we talked about something like this, which was last week. You talked about health. Someone is actually dying, cancer, and she's finding it difficult to relate it with her children, maybe her husband and all. Then she confided in her doctor, a caregiver, that, okay, I'm finding it difficult to discuss this thing with my children. I don't know how they're going to receive it. I don't know how they're going to feel, if they're going to break down. And I want them to know, but I don't know if I can relate it with them. I don't know if you're...
So I understand that perspective, but I also want you to understand that this is 2026. And the earlier you have the conversation with your friends, family, close ones, the better. That is what I think. I think when anybody is dealing with health issues or crisis, you should have... I understand it might be a difficult conversation to have. I don't want to be insensitive and think it's not. It can be a difficult conversation to have for so many people. But I've also come to realize that the earlier, the better. The earlier you have this conversation with family members or your close people, the better for everybody to know where we stand, to know if there would ever be a solution around, or if we need to prepare for the worst. The earlier, the better. I'm a realist, and I think that's why I think like that.
You don't know who like you. In your family, you don't know who like you. You're rich, you're very famous, you're a philanthropist.
So that is why I said...
you don't know who likes you.
That is why I said the closest people to you before it happened. It might be your children if you don't have children. It might be your parents if you don't have parents. There will definitely be one or two people that are very close to you in your family. Now, if you have nobody close to you in your family, you can never be an island. If you have nobody close to you in your family, you've got very good friends that you can call and have the conversation with. Once again, I understand that it could be a difficult conversation.
Very difficult.
But in 2026, the earlier, the better. When it has to do with health, the earlier, the better. Sit down with these people. Tell them, this is what I'm going through. This is the way forward. These are the medical treatments I need. This is how much I need if I can't afford it. Or if it's gone past way of finding a remedy. Now, this is where I am, and this is what I think is going to happen. Everybody understands and knows. Like, if I have a family member going through that, I would appreciate you tell me from day one that you got the message that this is what has happened to you.
Do you know why I like you? You always act like, yes, you're ready to chest anything.
I am ready to chest it.
You man, once you chest it, it's going to hit you.
Jude,
how do you think you're going to recover from that shock?
Oh, okay, now, so are you concerned about the family
member? How you're going to feel?
How I'm going to feel?
Yes.
Obviously, I'm going to feel bad.
How are you going to receive it?
Obviously, I'm going to feel bad that, oh, wow, this person I've always cherished and I loved is dealing with this.
And you move on.
But I'm also going to feel excited that you found me worthy to tell me on time. And how do we address this situation right now? I'm a solution-thinking person. I want us to get out of this. Are we going to find a solution to this? Are we going to deal with this? Are we going to, what are we going to do? What's the remedy? But for you, Jude, what would you think? What would you think if someone close to you is going through health crisis, would you want to be told immediately, or you don't want to get the news on time?
Most people, there's what they call the fear of pre-assumption of somebody else's assumption. That means you're already trying to think for the person, putting yourself in their shoes. That's empathy. Like, how would they feel if I disclose this information? For me, this is, like you said, this is 21st century. Yeah, everybody is trying to, what's the next thing? What are we doing to solve this problem? How are we going to solve this and solve that? So I would actually love that. Yes, I'm told on time to know, so we know the next advent plan. But most people, it is not really like that. People tend to, the fear of the unknown. Yeah, let's put it like that. The fear of the unknown is what makes people avoid difficult conversations.
And they don't want to break the heart of the people that tell it.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Elizabeth, I think I may understand where you're also coming from, where you might say that telling other people, because you might feel that you don't know how strong the person is that you want to tell the message.
Yeah, because it's very sensitive.
But I think someone that you've always been with, the person's strength capacity. For someone like me, I don't think there's that tough conversation that you can have with me that might eventually break. I always look for solution. What's the way forward? So I think you might need to understand the people surrounding you first. Okay? Now, with these people, knowing this person over the years, can this person take such news? Now, if the person can't take such news, it's understandable if you don't tell them at first, but you look for someone else to tell. But I'm a strong advocate that please tell somebody immediately you get the news. When it comes to health, tell someone immediately, someone you feel that can take it. Please tell someone immediately so we can all find a solution earlier.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
Okay, someone just lost his life and they are finding it difficult to relate it to the parents. So how do you think, or when do you think it's the right time, or especially children, when do you think is the right time to relate it to them? Is it when they are older, when they can think, even for the aged parents? Is it when do you think is the right time? Because now you're saying that it's best to say it on time.
So, you see, these questions are putting me
Difficult
in the Nigerian,
conversations.
it's putting me in a difficult position because I understand the whole Nigerian context
Mentality,
and the Nigerian
exactly.
mentality. So when I give answers now, I might tend to come off as insensitive or this. But for me, no, to be honest, so I'm just trying to put that disclaimer. But to be honest, when it happens, tell them immediately. Yes.
Sorry,
tell them immediately.
I have a question.
Yes.
So let me expatiate our own question. So you said, so what if now there's this child that is suffering from leukemia, which is blood disease, and somehow along the line, she has only her dad left because she lost her mom. So and her dad is the only one taking care of her, the everyday hustle and bustle. And somehow her dad had an accident and he lost his life in the process. So now it has to now be left for, sources that have found what happened to relay the information to the child. What will you do in that situation? Will you tell that child that is suffering from that chronic disease, or you will now say, okay, well, let's look at it and say, let's pity her because this information is too bulky it's too sensitive for her.
So there's something, thank God for in medical terms, there's something called stability. Oh, she's stable, she's not stable. So there's a word called stability in medical terms. So I'm going to have a conversation with the doctor or a caregiver and ask questions, telling the doctor or the caregiver that I need to break the news to this person.
Immediately.
No, you're not getting me. That is what I'm telling the doctor. I'm letting the doctor or caregiver understand that I need you to advise me, but this is what I want to do. I want to break the news to this person. So when should I break the news? When would it be appropriate to break the news? What time can I break the news? So the doctor will give me the advice on when to do it.
Yeah.
But I've established something. What have I established? I want to tell this person what has happened. But you would not give me, the doctor would give me the medical advice to say, okay, you can do it now, you cannot do it then, you can do this. So whenever there's stability, the person is stable, then the doctor would definitely advise me on when to do it. But telling me that I'm not going to advise, I'm not going to tell the person until when the person ever gets well. So in situations where, this is putting me in a difficult position.
Because you have audacity.
In situations where that child never recovers.
I was about to say that.
And the child passes.
I was about to say that.
Now I want to act Nigerian and I want to act so African. They say when they're dead, they meet themselves there. And then the daughter now meets the father on the way. The girl would not forgive me, saying, why didn't you tell me that my daddy got here before me? So I'm just trying to be African about it. So in case the child ever passes, the child might not know that the father had gone before she went. So that is why I would also tell the doctor or the caregiver that I want to, but advise me on the best time to tell this child, when to tell the child. So that's why, to me, it might not be difficult to have the conversation with the child. Yeah, the child might take it in the most painful way, cry, and I think it also comes with you getting yourself prepared. You know you're going to break this kind of news. You should have a pack of tissues with you. You should know that I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to hug. You're going to do lots of hugging. You're going to do lots of hand touching and all. You should prepare yourself for it.
So with, I can see your energy is really coming up because you know you're kind of person. So we really have so many common difficult conversations, but health is very paramount. We have relationship, we have family, we have workplace. But I think number one is workplace. So how do you think you can, okay, your boss is doing something you don't like, but because this person is your boss, you can't talk to this person, especially when it comes to civil service, you understand, if you're in that kind of a show. How do you think you can relate what you don't like, what's hurting you, to your boss? You have to be calm, right? You have to be patient, you have to be this, you have to be respectful. What do you think you're going to do?
So, like I thought, I know that you've always this. You just want to put it, and if the studio manager, the moment you ask the question, the studio manager stretched his neck to look at me to get my answer. So, but like I said, and like I always say, there are no conversations that are difficult for me to have. The most important thing is you need to be polite about the conversations. If you're feeling uncomfortable about whatever your boss or your colleague is doing to you, call the person and have the conversation with them. No matter, look, we tend to say this person is very difficult to talk to. I don't think people are that difficult for you not to have a conversation with. It depends on the way you approach them. Even the person, the mad, like, if there's a word like that, the maddest person will definitely have their downtime when they're ready to relate with you.
Yes,
so you can have that time where you can, look out for the best time, have a conversation with them, speak with them and tell them that I'm uncomfortable with so and so that's happened. I'm uncomfortable with this duty you gave me. I'm uncomfortable with my JD. I want us to address it. And I don't think anybody will come out of the blues to insult you if you didn't insult them.
So we have...
Nobody is running mad.
So
but I also want to, because I'm talking from the place of work, I also want to involve you in this. Okay. Now, in school, is it easy for you to walk up to your lecturer embarrassed you in school, in class, and you're not comfortable with it? Is it easy for you to walk up to your lecturer and tell your lecturer, excuse me, sir, excuse me, ma, the way you addressed me in class, I didn't like it and that. Is it easy for you to do that?
In my university?
Yes.
No. And the reason is because, university differs now. The level of familiarity you get to have with the lecturer is what even will warrant you to even be in the lecturer's office in the first place to explain your situation. And the lecturer might feel like, what's with the audacity? And you still came to, that means you are not even showing you are remorseful about what happened and stuff like that. But what I would do in that situation is I would seek out somebody that knows the lecturer, to speak on my behalf, because my university now is I attend a public university, and you know how Nigerians be.
More reason. You're a Gen Z. You're a Gen Z now.
Yeah,
so
I am.
You Gen Zs, you guys have audacity. You guys can approach. Sometimes can be rude, but sometimes can be polite. So you're a Gen Z. So why can't you just air out your mind and express you don't like this thing, blah blah, this and that? Why?
Fear of the unknown.
Because
what's the aftermath of what
sometimes
happened
you might
when I
need to look for
express
a
my
third
feelings?
party to address it.
Yeah, so that things do not go not
sideways.
your way. Yes.
So it doesn't give you see or
so I don't even get to feel the course.
So I'm still going to rely on the way you. I'm still going to rely on the way you approach the lecturer. I also went to a government university. I went to Lagos State University, and we know how Lagos State University can be a lasso. But when I felt uncomfortable by things lecturers did, I had conversations with lecturers. And there was nobody that walked me out of our office because of the way I approached them. I will not come and tell you, sir, the way you do, I'm going to ask you that, good afternoon, sir, I want to have a conversation with you. What happened? Yes, they will come and, what happened? Like, can I come see you in my office? And see me between so time and so time. Then we have the conversation. And most times, it ends in us laughing. it ends in us cracking jokes. I'm going to always say it. It depends on the approach.
I think the manner of approach, yes.
Yes, the manner of approach
manner of
matters.
approach, yes.
When it comes to, we need to round off. So when it comes to relationships too, I don't think if you've decided to have this person as your partner, or it comes to marriage, you've decided to have this person as your partner, I don't think there are conversations that you cannot have with the person. You should be able to have every single conversation with the person, from financial conversations to physical conversations, to conversations about intimacy, to conversations about your children and about your future. You should be able to have those conversations. No conversation should be difficult. For family members, if I consider you my family member and not my relative, my family member, there's no conversation I cannot have with you. Let us have the conversation. Let's get it dirty. And if we can clean it up, we would. And if we can't clean it up, then we'll sort it out when we get to heaven. So I think we need to leave.
For the family and relationship or marriage, right, I have so many things to say, but yeah, time is fast spent, so let's just move on. So we'll talk about this next week. Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Jude's God's Power. It's been an amazing time with you. Thank you for sharing your ideas with us.
Thank you very much.
Elizabeth, we need to bounce.
Yeah, so this difficult conversation thing, right? May I write a pistol, but that's just it. So the thing is, right, the hardest conversations are often the ones that lead to greatest growth. If you know you can't have such conversation with this person, just calm down, take your time. When you know you're calm, when you know you can now speak to this person, and also notice the other person. If the person is calm and okay, then you can now talk to the person. I'm talking based on workplace and relationship. And for health also, try to be calm, be patient, and just try to observe the person, how the person is going to receive it. That matters also. So I remain Elizabeth Shola. See you guys next week.
And for me, I always say the approach really matters. I don't believe there are conversations that are difficult, but the approach really matters. Many thanks for watching. My name is Bababumi Agbibi. Bye-bye.